Hi, hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. Good
Thank you for having me here.
evening, and it's morning on your side, basically, but good evening from my side in Germany. So, everyone, you're welcome to this today's show on Diary of a Scholar. Today we have a scholar, hmm, a scholar of scholars here, and then I will just ask her to introduce herself, basically. But before then, I want to read a biography. She can tell us more about herself. But can you permit me to read your bio?
Okay.
Okay, so Oluwakemisola Adeusi is a PhD candidate in German studies at Stanford University with a minor in political science. Dissertation examines representations of inter and intra-migrant relations in contemporary German literature, positioning them within broader public debates on migration and multiculturalism. She has served as a student fellow at the Hoover Institution, where she researched that's the Alternative für Deutschland, the AfD party, and its role in German politics, as well as US Germany diplomatic relations. As a matter of fact, we were also talking about the rise of the right extremist party before this interview started. Okay, so in 2016, Kemi founded or co-founded with our former guests, which is Gibbs Iyoko, the KG language school in Nigeria to provide affordable foreign language education. Oluwakemisola holds a master's degree from the University of Alabama and bachelor's degree from the University of Ibadan. Upschool, yeah. So
The
good.
first and the best.
Yes. Okay. Well, that stands for debate now. Okay, but it still remains the first and the best. I mean, it produced people like us, people like you. Yeah, the legacy still continues. So thank you so much for coming once again, Kemi. And then we would just like you to say something about first. The first question will be on your tell us about your childhood. Tell us about
Hmm.
tell us a little bit of how you grew up and how this shaped your going into academics or academia. Okay.
Okay. That's interesting. My childhood was really happy, I would say. I grew up in a really large family from a polygamous home, actually. And so I had many siblings growing up. I think there were 12 of us. So
Whoa.
I had many siblings, and I'm the last child of all.
Whoa.
And I'm the first generation student, really. I'm the first in my generation to attend a university. So
Mm,
when I was a child, it wasn't like an intentional plan to like, oh, I want to go all the way I can. I think my journey is just like that of an escalator,
mm,
just keeps leading you where it goes. Of course, my parents wanted to give us, the best education. And thankfully, all of us, attended college, all of my siblings. And yeah, after the after my bachelor's, I just knew I had to keep going. I don't know. I couldn't say there was something particularly in me that was like, oh, you have to get this. It wasn't really much of a drive. It was just like, oh yeah, this is what comes next. And, I just go.
mm,
Um, I got my master's at the University of Alabama, like you said. My friend and I, just looking for opportunities. Of course, because we studied German and there was not much opportunity in Nigeria to further your education in like a language course per se. If French would have been better, but like German, coming from where the bachelor's is the degree is only awarded in three universities. You
mm.
know, there
Nigeria.
is nowhere else to do to do your master. So the next choice was either going to Germany or just going elsewhere.
Mm,
I mean, we applied for many things to go to Germany, but it didn't work out.
mm,
And the first opportunity to go to the US just worked out. And after the master's came the PhD. It just looked like a clear path. I mean, I'd always said I wanted to be a PhD. even if it's just to get a doctor to my name, and I knew I wanted to do it immediately, not like after work, because I don't think I would be able to like leave the good money in like corporate life to now say, let me drop all of that and then come back to PhD and then start studying.
Actually.
I really respect people that have been able to do that.
Mm,
I don't think I would have been able to do that myself. So I'm like, let me get all the studying out of the way. And
mm,
as you go in life, your plans change. And so you start to consider different things, you start to develop your ideas and so on. So primarily, I wouldn't say there was something huge in my childhood that shaped my ideas and plans now, but I just really know that I had a kind of childhood that was happy and that where I could be whatever I wanted to be. My father wanted to force me into science, but I said no, and my brother stood my ground for me. He supported me on that, and he was like, okay, just do whatever. So that I appreciate.
good. Wow. Thank you so much for for sharing. One thing struck me because I know you and I know your
Yep.
friend. So I want you to like tell us what like about your friendship with just tell us what role your friendship played in getting you to where you are today, because that's one thing I observed about the two of you. And
Yeah.
then I would want you to share something about that. Maybe someone there needs to know how to maybe motivate their friends, and or maybe I'm sure you both did not decide, you didn't pre-plan it that we're going to do this and that together,
Yeah.
but it just happened. So
Yeah.
please, would you tell us what role your friendship with Gift played in this?
Yeah. So just for the people that don't know, I know, okay, maybe they would ever see her come in. She's Gifty Yoko and she's my best friend. We've been best friend for like 10 years now. Yes, we met in 2015 at the when we were in the first year of our undergrad at the University of Ibadan. We were just posted to the same hostel, and so we discovered we were classmates and we're living in the same building. So we're like, we're just going to school, to classroom together and back. And then it came to a point where, I don't know, Mrs. Akinjuro, one of our lecturers in UI, she was like, oh, get like a conversation partner, someone with whom you can practice the German language. And I'm like, oh, nobody else than this girl that I go to class with. And so we started that. And eventually we started going out every night to go read. We would read ahead of the class of the text because we had like a textbook. So we read ahead of that, do all of our assignments together. And from there, we began this very, very strong friendship. And I really want to encourage anybody out there, like, get yourself a friend. You definitely need them. Like, I don't know, a good friend with whom you share the same values and like that. And especially in your field. I mean, it's okay to get friendship outside your field to like maybe expand your knowledge or anything, but like in your field, it's gonna really get you far. So how all of this came to be, since we started like that in the first year, we just had to continue. I mean, we had some other friends as well, but just the both of us, we were just going strong. And I
It's
could
like
remember
sisters, actually. For
what
me,
like sisters. Everybody that's seen us, they've been like, what you have is like a covenant friendship. And I really, really think us meeting was really divine.
mm,
So, okay. It was every student's intention to like graduate with a first class and like that. When we got to like the final year, well, the second and third year, because I wasn't living in the hostel, I was living very far away, and that really affected my grade. So I dropped from like first class. And so when we got to final year, that was like our last chance. We swapped roommates because we were posted in the same room. We swapped roommates to be together so that we could keep going. And she would always encourage me, this girl read when I'm watching movies, she would tap me, keep reading, keep reading. This is your last chance.
um,
And then we were able to do that together, and both of us graduated with a first class in our department. And so since our lives were getting intertwined like that, we co-founded this language school. I mean, at a point we were teaching for you, if you could remember. Yes.
yeah, I'm always saying
And
that. Yeah,
eventually,
I founded the language school, and then all my students are either in Harvard, no, not Harvard. Let's say Stanford. I'm like, I have two people who worked for me, and then,
yes.
well, I don't really say you worked for me. I always say you guys worked with me, and then,
Okay.
of course, you guys are part of the story, and I mean, and the others. But I'm always so proud of everyone who has gone through the Teach Law Consult, and then,
Yeah.
you know, I'm so proud of you guys, and I can, yeah, wow, I know you. We know, know
Thank
each
you.
other. Yeah, so
Thank you.
uh,
Those were some times, yeah.
yeah.
And so we did started our own language school together. So we just get students and then we just shared it and it was really balanced. There wasn't really recording who was doing what and like that. We just worked in sync.
Mm.
And so we started thinking, okay, at the final year, we were thinking of doing this Freiwillige Dienst in Germany, FSG. They call it FSG.
Yeah, I think I remember that
Yeah.
time. So
We thought about doing our masters and we got Freiburg. So we're targeting FSG that would take us to Freiburg so we could live
mm,
there for a year before doing our masters.
mm,
And it was such that we're applying for the opportunities together. You find something, you just share it with the other person. Oh, let's just do this together. I mean, whoever can get it, gets it. So I really love that about our friendship. It wasn't competition, it was collaboration. All from the beginning, all the way, like to where we are now. And it didn't work out. We wanted to apply for public policy in Germany and do the studies from Yaoundé in Cameroon. It didn't work out.
Did
And
from
so one day,
School of Public
how we
Policy.
came,
Yeah.
how we came to the US together. So one day she was watching this video of somebody on Instagram talking about, graduate assistantship and, doing a master's or a PhD in the US.
Mm.
And so she watched that video. She checked the school where that person was in, and then she sent an email to one of the professors. And then she got a reply almost immediately. So immediately she got a reply. She just sent it to me. Oh, Kemi, I just, talked to this person and they are responding to me. Just quickly send them an email. That's how we operate. And so I sent this person an email. The person was like, oh, somebody already reached out to me from Nigeria. I said, that's my best friend. And she's like, oh, do you want to do this interview together? Absolutely, yes. So we went together with the woman and, we answered questions. And she's like, oh, if you promise me you're going to come, I'll just have your names as number 1 and 2. I'm like, absolutely. So that was a very seamless application that we did. We were together at the University of Alabama, getting the visas, just praying for each other along the way and like that. So we got to Alabama together. We were doing our masters. And so in the first year, we were already thinking of PhD programs to apply to. So we're searching. We didn't want to do a GRE. And so one day, because we are not only academically connected or physically connected, we are also spiritually connected. I remember times in school where we just pray together, observe fast, and like that. So she slept and dreamt one day that she was in a library, and in the library there was Stanford University on the wall. And then she was talking to somebody, and that person happened to be me inside that dream.
Wow.
And so she woke up from that dream and like, I dreamt I got into Stanford and you were there with me in the library. So let's get to work. So we were working together in the kitchen, working shifts. And
Wait, please, before you go,
when I was on duty,
stress that you were working where? Where were you working?
We were working in the kitchen. We were in Alabama. It was in the summer, so we didn't have funding.
Plates in the restaurant.
We were washing plates.
I needed
taking trash.
So that people would hear and know that it's not all about doing the tush jobs while in school. You also in school.
Yes, yeah. So it was summer in the first year while we were at the University of Alabama, and we don't get funding in the summer for 3 months. And you pay this monthly rent and everything. We had not saved enough, and so we went looking for jobs. So actually, she also went to the job. I was going for other interviews, just scouting. And so they told her we need more people. So she recommended me again. And I went there the next day with her. So they trained us together. We're washing plates, taking out the trash, 7 people pushing trolleys. Like it wasn't the best of times, And we're rotating the shift. So I was at work, then she was at home. No, I think she was at work. So she sent an email to one of the grad coordinators at Stanford. And the person was like, oh, I want to get on an interview. So she was speaking on behalf of both of us. So from then on, whenever she was writing emails, she was writing for 2, we'd copy each other in the emails we were sending out. And so the woman agreed to meet with the both of us. And yeah, we sent in our application and we got accepted to Stanford. And here we are together. We have the same advisors now. I'm with the same advisor. And, our research, our dissertations are even somehow similar.
Yeah, my
there is even one chapter of our dissertation that is overlapping, and it's just it's been blissful.
Yeah,
I would say so. Friendship played a huge role in my life, and I think God just had there.
Yeah, I can really testify to that you both it was just like you guys just had this connection from the beginning. You were both doing everything together. Like you were like career twins because it was
Yes.
just like everything you did. You both were just doing everything at the same time. I think you both were teaching for teaching for it at the same time.
Yes.
And I'm just like, who are these girls? Like everyone who is connected with us via distant or close acquaintances, they were just, gift and Kemi, gift and Kemi,
Yes.
gift and Kemi. And really, I can just say you guys are awesome. And whoever's listening out there, it's not just about having friends you drink together or sit down together or party together. You need to have friends. Just you don't even need so many friends. I mean, it's just that one friend that makes makes a lot of difference. And maybe later maybe I'll invite my former roommates. It's mind blowing. My former roommates in 100 level in 2012 in UI, they both are now one is in Toronto, the other one is in Yale. It was a one, I think it's in Yale or something. I'm going to invite them also for an interview. The first year, they were all going to after the girls, and I was like, are you guys serious? Well, I was a little bit advanced in age when I went to the uni. So while they were just playing, I told them, guys, the world outside is not smiling. You better start getting your acts together. And we decided that we were going to read every night, 2 hours every night, from the beginning of the semester till the end of the semester. The three of us, finished with first class.
And it always pays.
It always pays. And right now, they're both all over the world. And then they always say, thank God we made that decision at that point. And I think real friendship, sometimes we don't even talk every time, once in a while, but we have a goal. And funny enough, we even have a group chat where since then, the group chat up to today. So it's really amazing to have real friends they're like the backbone to your success a lot of times. Yeah. So that's about friendship. That's great.
It is, yeah.
So what was the hardest hurdle you had to scale through in all of this? And maybe you're still encountering some tough times and in the academic world. So what